to at least some schooling in Thailand, and especially the men did. Also, significant numbers of married teens with children, and this is pretty common with Hmong communities in Southeast Asia. And also, just the health conditions were pretty difficult in the Wat. It was not a UN-sanctioned refugee camp. There was a lack of a good water supply. And also just the fact that, pretty high levels of anxiety and possibly depression too among many of the residents due to the fact that their status was uncertain for so many years, and the Thai government actually wanted to get them out of that temple, even going back to the early 1990s. Okay, well, I'd like now to get into some of the demographics of the Hmong community in the United States. And I'd like to talk about, or to begin, to talk about some of the issues with the Hmong census data. I think it's important to be aware that the census does miss some people, and there are some negative things with the census data in terms of how it counts the Hmong. And a couple issues here is the language barrier. Of course, many families, there are different degrees of ability with English, and especially if the head of household had some, the English isn't real good, it may be hard for them to fill out the form. So people may have been missed because of the language barrier. Also, with the census, some of the larger groups like Vietnamese and Chinese, it's right on the census form, they just mark it off, but Hmong, they had to write it in. And so, there's a lot of reason to believe that led to the numbers to be a little bit lower for the Hmong, because some people who are Hmong might have written in Laos or Thailand, for example. And also, I think there's, at least among some families, there may be some distrust about giving a lot of detailed information to the government, about their families and income and so on, due to some of the experiences maybe they had back in Laos and Thailand. So we really believe here at the center, and I believe that the census figures for the Hmong are an undercount, and we need to keep these in mind when we look at the census figures. They're useful, but they are definitely an undercount. And now, of course, a lot of this data is 6 years out of date too. So I think